At the dawn of the 19th century, the lands of northern Nigeria stood on the edge of a transformation that would change history forever. The man at the center of this storm was Usman Dan Fodio. To some, he was a holy reformer, a scholar who fought corruption and injustice. To others, he was a conqueror whose movement unleashed war, suffering, and the expansion of slavery across vast regions of West Africa. This is the story of the darker side of one of Africa's most influential figures. Born in 1754, Usman Dan Fodio was a respected Islamic scholar from the Fulani people. He spent years preaching against what he saw as corruption among the rulers of the Hausa kingdoms. He condemned heavy taxation, injustice, and the mixing of Islamic teachings with traditional religious practices. His words attracted thousands of followers. But words alone would not reshape an empire. By 1804, tensions between Dan Fodio and the rulers of Gobir had reached a breaking point. What began as a religious reform movement soon transformed into a full-scale jihad. The conflict spread like wildfire. Warriors rallied behind Dan Fodio's banner. Kingdom after kingdom was drawn into the struggle. Villages burned. Armies marched across the savannah. Fortified cities fell one after another. The battles were brutal. Thousands lost their lives as the old political order crumbled. For many communities, the arrival of Dan Fodio's forces meant the end of their traditional rulers and the beginning of a new era under the authority of the emerging Sokoto Caliphate. Within just a few years, one of the largest states in African history had been born. Yet victory came at a cost. Among the most controversial legacies of the Sokoto Caliphate was its reliance on slavery. As armies conquered new territories, prisoners captured during military campaigns were often enslaved. Farms, households, and industries throughout the caliphate depended heavily on enslaved labor. Historians estimate that over time, millions of people lived under systems connected to slavery within the vast territory controlled by the caliphate. For those taken captive, the rise of the new state brought hardship instead of liberation. The jihad also reshaped the political landscape of northern Nigeria. Many rulers who resisted Dan Fodio's movement were removed from power. Their kingdoms were absorbed into the growing caliphate and replaced by emirs loyal to Sokoto. Supporters viewed these changes as necessary reforms. Critics viewed them as conquest. Religious tensions added another layer to the conflict. Dan Fodio believed many rulers claiming to be Muslim had strayed from true Islamic teachings. His movement sought to establish what it considered a purer form of religious governance. But for many communities, traditional beliefs and local customs were deeply woven into everyday life. As the caliphate expanded, these practices often came under pressure or were suppressed. Even today, debates continue over how history should remember Usman Dan Fodio. Was he a liberator who challenged corrupt rulers and brought justice? Or was he a conqueror whose campaigns left a trail of war, displacement, and human suffering? The answer may depend on whose story is being told. What cannot be denied is that his actions transformed the destiny of millions. The Sokoto Caliphate became one of the most powerful states in Africa and left a legacy that continues to shape politics, religion, and identity across modern Nigeria. More than 2 centuries later, the name Usman Dan Fodio still inspires admiration, criticism, debate, and controversy. His story remains a reminder that history is rarely divided into heroes and villains. Sometimes the same man can be remembered as both.